Hello my gorgeous Cancerians, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and of course it's for you my beautiful Cancers, and it's for April 2019. I think that this is going to be an interesting month when it comes to you realizing that there is a certain person that you're going to need to pay attention to, and that particular person you're going to need to pay attention to, it's going to be somebody who's going to surprise you a little bit, but unfortunately not in a good way. So there is a certain person that is actually going to kind of manifest around you, and this is actually going to happen at around the end of April, and I am going to talk about it a bit more, but this is going to be a major turning point because there is something very particular going to come out of a really peculiar situation involving somebody else, but it's going to come through you actually realizing something really important, a certain little tiny little mini danger that you were kind of exposing yourself almost to, but you wouldn't realize if this kind of a certain lesson didn't happen. On another hand, your number this month is number 7. I can't stress enough how important number 7 is, and as well when it comes to you, my beautiful Cancerians, this is the number of the spirituality, this is the number of the power, this is the number that connects us with the universe, this is the number that connects us with the spirit guides, with our guardian angels and things like that, which on another hand means that there is a very powerful time going to manifest for you. It is all about reorganization. So therefore you are getting to the point in your life when you're gonna really have to reevaluate your situation a little bit. You might find yourself in like a kind of a boring little spot, but this boring little spot is going to be everything. This boring little spot is actually going to be the major turning point in your life, and this is going to be a major beginning. This major beginning you're going to have this month is so much going to be connected to your learning, to your education and things like that, to the new direction, but also you're about to rediscover yourself, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. April is going to be the beginning. June 2019, it is going to be the next stage of this particular journey. So there is something very special that is about to happen here. There is something very special that is about to manifest here. And I'm so happy for you because this is all about you, your work, what you were focusing on. If you're retired, it doesn't matter. If what you were focusing on and where you wanted your life to happen, how you wanted your life to unfold, now the results of your effort are nearly due, and the fact that they are nearly due, it's going to be a major turning point because at the same time the whole new option is going to become available to you, and this option is going to be sacred. This option is going to be very, very special indeed because it's going to help you, my baby, to discover and rediscover yourself, rediscover your happiness, rediscover your vavavoom, of course. So this is what number 7 is, and number 7 also means that the financial situation is just going to start changing for the better, and it is going to be a very good news that you are going to have, very good news that you are going to realize about your finances, and therefore your life is just going to take towards the certain direction that you wanted to go towards, and there is an element of money that you have to be careful about now. This carefulness is going to disappear. You can say goodbye to it because now there is a certain availability that you're going to have that you didn't have before. And I think that's absolutely brilliant because the success is nearly due, and that most certainly is going to reflect you, and most certainly is going to reflect on the people around you. When it comes to the actual health, my babies, when it comes to the actual health, you see, it is going to be a little bit of like a stress that you are going to be going through this month, but it's not going to be too bad. It's not going to be like crazy stress or something like that. This is going to be a good stress. This is going to be healthy stress. I know it sounds really weird when I say good stress. I say good stress because this is going to be the type of stress that you are going to be able to monitor, if I can say it like that. What a weird word for the stress, but this is going to be the weird stress because you're going to be able to project this stress. Therefore, it is not going to be too much. That's why I'm saying it, because a little bit, just a tiny little bit of stress is really healthy. But when it comes really healthy, especially when it comes to the certain decisions, because believe me or not, it makes us to actually react in a really good way. Okay, but actually, in this case, you will be able to project this stress towards, and you're going to be able to change this stress and project it in a different way. So therefore, I think that this is going to be really brilliant. There is a very important decision that you're going to make. There is a very important situation that you will be going through, and that's the only reason why you're going to be going through a little bit of stress, because there's certain things that are going to become available to you, and they're going to kind of give you more options. So that in itself is going to surprise you, and it's going to be that kind of a stress. So therefore, this is going to be really good. So when it comes to the actual health levels, you see, it's just a little bit of stress that you're going to have. And I highly recommend something like a lapis lazuli, because when we are really spiritual indeed, and when we are going through lots of different stages, when we are like kind of having number 7, when it comes to our spirituality, when it comes to our number, which means that we're going to be close to our spirituality, our spirit guides were therefore, which means that you're going to be open a little bit more than you're normally open. I'm talking about being spiritually open. So that's why I'm just highly suggesting you to get like a lapis lazuli. You're going to benefit from this like in both in April and May, because of your spirituality. You're going to be very spiritual, and also in June, of course, indeed you're going to be very, very spiritual, which means that you're going to be quite open. You're going to be receiving all sorts of psychic messages, but then at the same time, you know, you're going to be kind of prone to like a lot of other energies as well. You're more sensitive when you're open, so that's why you kind of get like a lapis lazuli. I highly suggest you to get this, highly suggest you for April and May. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and this is on one hand going to expand the power of your third psychic eye, but also it's going to help you with the grounding, and also it's just going to be very, very, very good when it comes to stress and anxiety and things like that. To get this, the link is in the description below, and I highly, highly recommend this to get, my babies. On another hand, you will have lots of energy this week, this month, and I absolutely like it, and that in itself is just going to make you feel really, really optimistic indeed, and that is just going to kind of give you something to look forward to, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. Wonderful energy you're going to have. So now, basically, my beautiful Cancerians, I'm going to explain this a little bit further, and I'm going to say to you what is actually going to happen on the 3rd of April. Dun, dun, dun. Now, listen to me. Come closer, come closer. Listen, come closer. Bit more. Okay, listen. The 3rd of April is just going to be really important, because an invitation, a powerful invitation, is going to happen. A powerful opportunity, it's going to happen. Something that is going to be rather tremendous, and something that is just going to have a really high significance when it comes to your life, when it comes to your energy, and when it comes to people around you. Because after this moment, after this point, there is something really big going to become available to you. But you will know, my babies, if you're gonna go for this opportunity that is only going to start becoming available, you will know that there is a difficult situation also that you're going to have to deal with, and this difficult situation that you're going to have to deal with is just going to be connected to 2 different people. There are 2 different people that are kind of going to be part of this, which means you're going to need to take like a couple of other people like into consideration in order to do something really big like this. The bottom line is, my babies, the bottom line is that there is an important request that you are going to have, which is going to become at the same time a challenge to you, but also this is all about the proposal and all about the proposition. And just remember, my babies, do not be nervous, do not be stroppy or anything like that, or like do not be scared or anything like that, because you're gonna do really well, my babies, and absolutely love you to bits. Just remember, throughout April you will have a power of a magic flower. You are going to be shining brightly like this color, this beautiful, gorgeous beauty here. You see, just absolutely believe yourself, okay? Because when you believe in yourself, Cancerians, you are just having this power of this deepness, okay? The power of this amazing energy that showers you and just leads you and guides you wherever you go. Now, the second date that I'm telling you that it's going to be really important to write it down somewhere, it's actually going to be on 8th of April. Now, the 8th of April, ooh la la, this is going to be the special one, my babies, because the 8th of April is just going to be all about the ritual. This is going to be your sacred day, indeed. What does that mean, a sacred day? Well, it means that actually on this particular day, you can light a candle, my babies, and it's all about the ritual, it's all about the spirituality, it's all about the universe, and it's all about you asking your question. You waiting for your turn. You waiting for your time. Indeed, you guessed it. First of all, smash the home with a dry sage. Go everywhere in the home, in every single room, smash it with a dry sage. Have all the windows open. Then later, sorry, excuse me, then later just open all the windows. When you smashed every single part of the house, very important, because this is the way you're going to deal with negative energy, with the negative spirits, with negative entities that could have been, like staying in your home and things like that. But this is really important because you can you will get rid of this negativity. Indeed, once you finish with the smudging your home with a dry sage, then you open all the windows as you are looking like your smoke going out. This is at the same time you are like seeing all this negative energy going away, going somewhere else, leaving your home. Now this is an important time because for the balance, this is something that you need. But as soon as you do this, my babies, then you take a little baby candle. I say baby candle because if you take a candle like this, it's going to take like 3 years to burn. But the point is to burn really quickly, because while the candle is burning, you are sending your message, you are creating your message, you're manifesting this message, and by the time the candle burns, you've sent your message to the universe. This is a very powerful ancient way of connecting with the universe, of connecting with the spirituality, with your spirit guides. So this is what I need you to do. Get a little candle, take a pen, and you don't need a pen, but you just need like a sharpness of a pen. You see like this sharp bit, yeah? So you're just going to be leaving like a trail, it's like a white trail. So write like about three things. What would you like to manifest? Like let's say wealth, money, health, or something like that. So you write like basically 3 things that you would like to manifest, and these three things that you're actually going to write, then you just have to connect. And at the same time, this is important, take a little bit of lavender essential oil, put it on your finger, and then just like a kind of like anoint one side, anoint second side, anoint third side of the actual candle. This is how you make your candle even more purified, your candle more powerful, and this is how you like kind of making your message even more prominent. So when you do this, you light the candle, and at the same time, it's very important just to relax and just to look at the light, you see it, and at the same time, you're making like a very powerful connection in between your personal light and this light of the candle that you're actually lighting. And then light the candle and think about what would you like to manifest. Do not leave the house unattended, or just make sure that you're in the same house while the candle is burning, please. And then by the time the candle burns until the end, this is brilliant, because this is the way you send that particular message to the universe. And this is why I'm saying that the 8th of April is going to be so important, because this is going to be your own dimension to actually make things much better, much sooner, if you take this particular chance to do this. At the end, when the candle is burnt until the end, just go like basically somewhere into the forest or somewhere if you can, and just burn sorry, and just bury this remainings of the candle, and then you just let this go into the ground, into the universe, and you just get rid of this energy. And then this is the end of your ceremony, the end of your ritual, and you can make something really important and powerful to happen. On another hand, the third important date that I need you to pay attention to, it's actually going to be the 27th of April. Now, the 27th of April is going to be very significant, because this is what I said, that it is going to be an unrealistic person, and that is just going to kind of make you realize some kind of disappointment about somebody, and it's just like kind of someone is going to show their face, but then again, you're not going to be too surprised. But that in itself is just going to be a turning point indeed. I really like it, because you're going to realize like a little tiny little mini danger that you could have been like prone to, tiny mini danger that you were kind of close to. And I like this because it just kind of make you realize so much about life. It makes you realize so many different things about life, so many different things about people. There's so many different people out there, just like so many beautiful flowers. There's so many different people out there. Everybody's complex, because everybody's like living their lives according to their own spiritual journey. And sometimes it just depends what kind of spiritual journey we have with these people and what there is for us to learn. So this is the situation that you are going to have. You're going to learn something really important through the negative situation, through somebody else indeed. And that, I really like it, because by the end of the 27th of April, there is a whole new great determination and strength and initiative going to come through. And that is going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's going to become a new force that you needed, new force that you were missing, new force that you weren't too sure about, like kind of like it was confusing you, and it was like kind of throwing you out of balance. And this is brilliant, because this is going to be very good good time for you, very deep and very emotional feeling, but with the happiness and with your own particular achievement. So there's going to be a really good news by the end of the 27th of April, by the end of that particular day, good realization that your life is just really getting where you wanted to go, and now it's the time to move on from a square number 1 to square number 2. And what square number 2 is going to be, it's going to be mind-blowing indeed. When we are going through lots of changes, and especially when we are making a big decisions, and especially when the finances are like doing really great, it's fantastic to get something like a moldavite. Moldavite is probably one of the most powerful crystals that you can actually get, and it protects you in all sorts of ways, and it's also very, very strong when it comes to like career, when it comes to finances, and when it comes to these particular energies and vibrations, because it helps us to be even more successful. But especially when it comes to career, it helps us to stay on this particular wavelength. So that's why I'm highly recommended to get like a moldavite to wear throughout April and May. It's also going to be quite significant. It's a very, very, very smart, very powerful crystal indeed. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this, it is in the description below. Okay, so this is something that I highly recommend indeed. So now going on to the first part of April 2019, I really like it the way it's going to be. It is going to be all about your own personal power and all about your own personal invocation, and it's all about the reflection, which is going to bring you the whole new strength. I like it because it's all about the reflection, and it's all about the past, and it's all about what you were doing so far that you were worrying about, that it's now kind of things are going to be crystal clear, because they're going to start making sense indeed. It is going to start with like a kind of like a certain pushover that you are going to have from somebody that you don't really like, and somebody who's not your friend, somebody who's not like very much so emotionally connected to you, but it's just certain person, very dark, very negative. When I say dark, it's a dark not dark in appearance, but it's a dark energy, very low vibration. And so there is going to be the certain pushover that you are going to have, and that particular pushover, it's going to be everything, because this is going to make you to have a really big change when it comes to your home, and this is where this is going to start become like the beginning of something really important. And now that in itself is going to make you realize that you have a certain restriction. The certain restriction here we go again. This is going to make you realize that you are going to have a certain restriction, and that certain restriction, again, yin-yang moment, because the certain restriction, it's something that it was there, but you didn't realize. But this situation is going to unravel it and make it available to you, and you're going to become like a kind of indecisive. And this is going to be a moment when you will want to like a step away from the situation. So it will be ideal if you have a one day of like a little bit of pampering, or one day of like a little reconnection with the nature. One day in the first week of April, if you go outside in the mountains or something, or if you've got a forest, the real forest or something, like for a little bit of connection, and that is going to be very good for you, because that is going to bring you some certain assertiveness that you need to have. So you're going to need to make a certain change of environment in order to get your head like kind of refreshed. It doesn't need to be long. It can be only half an hour in the forest or something, but it's very important to kind of to focus on this energy and give it a little bit of a room. And this is exactly what you're going to be doing here. And a certain assertiveness is going to make you realize that there's a wishful thinking about a certain person. Wishful thinking about a certain person, and you're going to need to realize this, okay? And this is really important when it comes to like those of you that like you're looking for love and things like that. There is a realization about somebody is going to go through, somebody is going to cross your life through really quickly in April, but it's not going to be the right person. It's just going to be like a little bit of like, it's going to seem like a one thing, and then it's going to seem like something completely different, and then very quickly you're going to realize that this is not this is something to do with the wishful thinking. So there is a wrong person like going to come forward. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that a little bit later on when I talk about singles and couples. Okay, so now going on to the second part of April 2019, it's just like it's like of course you're going to need to deal with the powerless situation. It's just something that it's the part of your life, it's part of your work, it's part of your maybe career, it's part of your, if you're not working, it's part of your life in general. And we all have to do certain things that we don't like, and we all have to deal with certain things that we don't like. And that's the part of life, that's the part of our spiritual journey. That doesn't change because we are constantly learning at the same time, always. So the powerless situation that you had before about what you do is just going to come through, and it's going to come forward, and it's going to be very significant, and it's going to make you realize even that you are even more hopeless when it comes to the certain situation. And that hopeless, do you know, I've got a busy road here where I'm like talking here, there is a busy road, and the traffic is just really bad, and now suddenly they can all see me like while they're in the cars. They didn't see me before, and I'm just like, oh, hello, you know, they're like, people must be thinking, what is this one all about up there? You know. Okay, anyway, just off the subject, of course. No, so it's basically the powerless situation. This is really good because karmically this is the right time to deal with this, and it's just going to make you realize you're hopeless, and it's making you feel really unhappy, and it's making you feel really low. And now it's time to move on. Now it's time to act on this part of your life, because you don't want to make yourself feeling really negative or really unhappy for the rest of your life only because you're hoping for something and you're focusing towards a certain stage that you shouldn't focus on. So this particular realization is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing, because once you do this, once you put your attention over there, something completely different is going to be revealed to you. On another hand, my goodness, a really great success. Mid-April is going to bring you a wonderful success and a wonderful realization when it comes to work, career, and finances, and your life in general. So if you're looking for work, mid-April is going to be amazing. If you're looking for like some kind of promotion, mid-April is going to be amazing. Or in general, just like for more success and more realization, then you will see like the balance is all going to come through, all going to manifest, and that balance is just going to be brilliant, because that balance that particular balance that is going to come through, that is going to like reflect on your life, just was playing a really big and important role in 13 months ago, within the last 13 months, because it was bringing you imbalance in commitments, which means that it took so much energy from you without you even realizing. So when you were trying to live your life into other things, you know, you were a little bit drained, but you didn't realize where this draining of energy was coming from, and this is where it was coming from. So this is all going to kind of become the part of the same picture. Very, very good indeed. The last part of April is going to reveal you a person with a hidden agenda. Okay, the person with the hidden agenda is going to be revealed to you, and that is going to be right revealed to you on time, and it's just, you're going to realize that it's not that particular person's fault, but they were just kind of channeling somebody else, and that in itself is just going to be like an interesting time, because it's just going to make you feel like your life is just unfolding in the right direction, and sometimes it's just to ruffle certain feathers, and that just brings like all sorts of people and all sorts of realization like kind of like to deal with, you see. And there is a certain situation that I need you to do. You need to heal and forget, okay? You need to forgive to someone. There is some kind of karmic situation that is going to be very strong here, that is just going to remind you, please, please, please do not hold any anger, do not hold any negativity, my babies. It's not going to be good. So just remember to heal. You need to forgive and forget. Very important time. And also, this is just the end of April. It's going to be all about your own efficiency. It's going to be the moment when you're going to think, oh, for goodness sake, you know, like that. But just go for it, go for it, go for it. You will be tested with your spirit guides. You will be tested a little bit. This is going to be important, because it is all going to be about you kind of going with your life at the end of April, and there is a certain opportunity that you will have, and that particular opportunity that you will have, you will kind of feel like you've missed. But this is going to be good. This is seriously going to be good, because that missed opportunity is going to make you realize that you are actually your own victory and mental clarity, and something is going to become very clear to you, and this is going to be literally life-changing. And at the same time, the financial opportunity, this is so important, this is so significant for every single one of you, my beautiful Cancerians. There is a financial opportunity that is going to become available to you at the end of April, and this is going to be mind-blowing, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be brilliant. Whether you're working, whether you're not working, whether you're retired, this is going to be absolutely life-changing indeed. It is not about the money, it is not about the finances necessarily, but it's all about a new page in your life. It's all about the new turning a new leaf in your life indeed, and you will feel this. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, my babies, and I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are actually in relationship. So it's Cancerians, April 2019, for those of you that are in relationship. For those of you that are in relationship, this is going to be, yeah, of course, very, very good month indeed. It is just like basically, as a couple, this is going to be brilliant time. As a couple, you will be working together, and also there's a certain problem that is going to come to an end. But it's going to be brilliant month. And there is something very in particular, very important idea that is going to become significant for both of you. And this particular idea that is going to become significant for both of you, it's only going to happen because of the certain amount of money it's going to become available. And that is going to happen in the form of your partner is actually going to have a really good news and really good realization when it comes to their career, when it comes to their finances. And if they're not working, if they're retired, it's just the finances that are actually going to start looking really good. And what's going to happen? Something very hopeful. It's going to be revealed, so which means that there was a certain stage of your life that you wanted to both go to, kind of go towards to, but it was just all about the certain security when it comes to the financial situation and things like that. So now there is a wonderful expectation that it's going to become certain that you both wanted to happen, that you both wanted to focus on, and this is absolutely brilliant. This is going to be very significant time, and also I have to say that something very, very special is going to happen in between you two, and it's going to happen in a form of like you will make a really big decision. You're going to make a really big decision this month, so watch this space. Okay, but actually it's a really good month, and it is going to be a very, very sensitive and very emotional realization about your partner, but a good realization about your partner. Maybe something you weren't too certain, maybe you weren't showed love too much or enough and things like that. There is something very beautiful and emotional going to happen in between you two this month. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to concentrate on those Cancerians that are single. Okay, no, this is not going to be the good time to find someone. It is going to be somebody that is going to come through, somebody that is actually going to manifest, and this person is not going to be the right person. It is just going to be somebody really quickly. But this is so important. I can't even stress how important this time is going to be, because you're going to see someone, you're going to come across someone, you will be in touch with someone, and for a moment you're going to think, I really like this person, and they will think, I really like this person, but then something is going to happen really quickly, very sharply, and you're going to realize, yeah, right, okay, that's a wishful thinking. But let me just tell you, there's a bit more to this. It's all about you going to realize that you're going to discontinue certain effort through this situation, and that is going to be the moment, that is going to be the time when you're going to let someone else go at the same time. This is going to be really important, because this is going to bring you some kind of like a destiny and fortune moment. There's a wheel of fortune that is going to be connected to this moment, which means that following to this, there is going to be something very, very important that is going to happen to you, more important at the moment than any romance or anything like that. And that is going to be a huge turning point, and that in itself is just going to be the beginning of an unrolling of something very important when it comes to someone who is going to come into your life, someone who is about to walk into your life, someone who is going to change everything, somebody who is about to absolutely change everything. Is going to be connected to this wheel of fortune. It's going to be connected to this turning point, which means there is something huge going to happen this month that is actually going to bring somebody else who is just going to be the most significant person that you've ever met in your life. Okay, oh my goodness, Cancerians. Okay, this is most certainly your time to shine. Oh, my beautiful babies, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you to bits. I'm sending you brightest blessings, healings, love and light. Okay, my babies, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.